G'day, it's Collectric Dreams, and I've just finished watching the Game 7 of the Spurs and Thunder, a few hours ago, and damn, it was a good game. And I just thought, well, you know what, I'm going to open up some packs, but, don't have any modern left, so just want to open up some vintage anyway. I thought I'd just use that opportunity just to open up some packs, any excuse for it. Have a bit of a wine this evening before I go back to work tomorrow, and just talk a little bit about the game and some packs. But I was completely into that game big time. I've been looking forward to it for a long time. I was looking forward to the series actually, and a couple of one-sided games throughout, but some of the games were awesome. So we're just going to start off with some Flair 92-93 here, chasing the All-Star card and chasing a Jordan All-Star card in particular. But I really loved that game today. I thought Wembanyama was amazing. Really excited to watch him moving forward. Like, he's a really interesting player. LJ. And I mean, unlike any that I've ever seen. Good quality control Flair. I actually like Shea as well. I think Shea's game reminds me a lot of Jordan's, to be honest. Not in terms of the flopping, but in terms of the mid-range game. The way he's very unstoppable, the way he gets what he wants. I really enjoy watching Shea for that reason. But Wembanyama, man, he's just something different, eh? That boy, that guy is just crazy. And I do think, at the risk of making a way too early call, but that guy has the opportunity to go into GOAT conversations. Like, I really do think he can do it, because he let's go with Flair Ultra Series 1 Chance of Jordans. I mean, the guy, aside from the fact that he's obviously crazy tall and otherworldly talent, that that is what it is. But when I watch him compete, I've not seen anyone be that into the competition. There's our guy. What I was about to say is, I've not seen anyone being into the competition and want to win since I've been watching basketball in the 90s, as much as this guy, as Victor. Like, I used to watch Jordan in the 90s, man. I know what it was like to watch Jordan. And I know that whenever you watch Jordan, whenever I watch Jordan, none of us thought that he was going to lose, man. None of us. Game on the line, you would bet your life that he would deliver. Because he had that otherworldly talent and that desire to win. He just never looked like he was going to lose. And he just couldn't stand losing. And I mean, obviously, for anyone that's watched The Last Dance that didn't watch him live, that come to understand that, the way his mentality was. And I look at Victor, and I just see the same thing. Like, the guy is just obsessed with winning. Like, completely and utterly obsessed. And vicious. Like, you look at what he did to Chet, man. Like, he hates Chet. And he just absolutely trucked him, Just owned him. There's no rivalry there. Chet had nothing for him. People are saying there was a rivalry between Chet and Victor. There's no rivalry there. Victor just bodied him, just sunned him. It was just complete domination. And the only other person I've ever seen be that ruthless was that guy. Let's move on to a bit of Upper Deck. People, I suppose, modern generation, I suppose maybe even some older people might think it. I'd say LeBron is the GOAT, but I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad news. I've watched LeBron and I've watched Jordan, and sure, LeBron's got more points and rebounds and assists and longevity stats, but I've watched LeBron a lot, and I've never once thought that guy is going to bring this home. That guy, bet the house on him. He just doesn't have that killer in him. He really doesn't. And that's why he'll never be the GOAT for me compared to Jordan, because I watched Jordan. I watched him just decimate people and just refuse to lose. Whereas I've watched LeBron just wilt away into nothingness, shrink from the moment time and time again, get bailed out by Ray Allen. Yeah, they ain't the same, folks. I'm sorry if you're a LeBron fanboy, but that's cool. They just ain't the same. But where I'm going with all this is, I'm not saying that Victor's going to be better than Jordan. That's a way too early, take to have. But in terms of physical attributes, he's already got the advantage on Jordan. In terms of where they're at in this phase of their career, he's already got the advantage because Spurs are just now about to obviously go on a run. Whereas Jordan, took him 9 years to get to the finals because he just had rubbish teams, and until he had Pippen, he had no help. Whereas Spurs are basically ready now with Stephane Castle, who's obviously a really good player, still very, very green, as Sir Charles. Dylan Harper's a stone cold killer too, man. The guy's a rookie, and he is just, you can see that he's going to be awesome. I mean, he's got his daddy's genes, and his daddy played with Michael, so you better believe that Ron Harper's passed on some killer stuff to him as well. So you've got those two guys who are already good, and they're only babies. They're only 20 and 21 years old respectively. And then Victor's just turned 22 a few months ago. Champagny, man, I mean, that guy's, I don't know if he's going to be able to maintain that shooting, but good shooter. And I don't know how long. Who's the other guy they've got there? The guard, De'Aaron Fox. I don't know how long he's going to be there, but that guy can play as well. So, and then you've got Vassell. That guy, he's good too. They've got so many, and then the sixth man of the year. I can't remember. His name escapes me at the moment. Is it Sheldon? I can't remember. But yeah, man, they are just set up. They are set up to go on a run. Ooh. Speaking of a run, there he is again. Fleer's coming through for us today. We're on Series 2 here, so that's the only Jordan you can get in Series 2 of Fleer Ultra, which is sweet, and we hit it. I'm just trying to see what's going on with that, though. Is that like some sort of damage on the card? I don't think that's the lighting. But anyway, we'll take it. But yeah, those guys, man, they're special. They're good. Chet ain't it for Oklahoma. Shea definitely is that. That guy is legit. And Jalen Williams is great too, except he's just been injured all the time. Would the Spurs have beaten them if J-Dub was there? Who knows? But they just went on the road. Game 7, a bunch of rookies and first and sophomores and third years, and just beat the champs, Yeah, they're a problem. they're a big problem. Shaq, they are a big problem. And Victor, man, that guy is, as I said, he reminds me a lot of him. And we all saw what he was like in terms of expectations of teammates. You either cut it or you were out. And I suspect Victor's got that same dog in him, eh? So those guys are just going to be pushed because Victor's going to be pushing them. I mean, the guy made All-Star Weekend relevant again, where it hasn't been relevant for years because the guy's a competitor. So, yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to see where basketball goes from here. Because as I was watching the game today, it did really clearly signify to me that we're in the new era, you know? I mean, Steph's past his prime now. LeBron is past his prime. KD's still putting up numbers, but KD hasn't won for years without Steph, and I don't think KD will win again unless he's in, like, somehow finds his way onto Oklahoma or Spurs. So, you know, we've got the new guys, Victor, Shea, Cade, Luka. We're in the new era, you know. The guys who ran the show are all past their primes. So we're already here, and Victor's leading the show, and it's crazy. It's crazy how talented that guy is. So I thoroughly enjoyed that series. I really did a lot, you know. I mean, I didn't mind. I guess if I'm honest, I was hoping for Spurs to win just because I thought, it'd be cool to see Victor hit that in his, first try. But I don't dislike the Thunder. In fact, I like the Thunder. I think they play really exciting, cool basketball. So I wouldn't have been terribly upset if the Thunder had won. But I guess if I'm honest, I was kind of rooting for the Spurs. Moving on to Skybox Series 1, where we can try for our Shaq Talk or Centre Stage. Pretty sure there's a Jordan Centre Stage. So now we're off to not the playoffs, the finals. And we've got Spurs versus Knicks, which is kind of cool, man, because we're back 1999 all over again. So instead of Tim, we've got Victor. And now we've got, I think, one of the best stories in basketball, which is, what the Knicks have done this year. Well, in particular, in the playoff run, it's been phenomenal. They've played amazing. Really fun together basketball. So, I'm not dismissing the Knicks. I mean, I think they've got a chance as well. I think they've got a good chance because they've just been on such a heater. But I don't know. I don't know if they're going to be good enough. I don't know if they're going to be big enough and strong enough because the Spurs are big and strong and aggressive and physical. I mean, Cat ain't it. That guy is not it. Like that. So, I don't know about that. But, that said, Jalen Brunson, that guy's crazy good. I mean, not defensively. bit of a target there, but in terms of clutch, that guy is mental. That guy's mental, and he's a awesome leader. So, and they're all together as well. So, I don't know, man. It's I'm looking forward to it. The truth is, I won't mind if the Knicks win either, because I think Jalen Brunson deserves it. the guy left, $113 million on the table so they could build a team around him. I mean, phenomenal sacrifice. And he plays the right way, you know, like he's unselfish, he's clutch, is that a double up? Yeah, so can you imagine if the Knicks win, how crazy that would be? I mean, those guys, hey, here we go. Another one. I mean, that fan base is mental, and they are just starving for a championship. And that's the thing. That's why I kind of want to see them win, because, you know, Jalen Brunson then is immortal forever in New York, which would be awesome given how selfless he's been in terms of leaving all that money on the table. I mean, you look at the games, right? You watch any Knicks game and they wheel out all the guys like Ewing and Oakley and, well, not so much, no, Oakley's the wrong bad example. Ewing and Sprewell and all those guys from the 90s who never actually got over the hump. They're still treated like royalty. So can you imagine what it'd be like if this crew gets over the line and gets the title after 53 years? Those guys are just goated in that city forever. So, yeah, I kind of want to see that because, you know, Josh Hart, I think he's a bit of fun. I like Mikal Bridges as well. He's coming together, so he's doing well. So, yeah, I really am torn. Like, it'd be so cool to see Knicks complete the story. But it'd be also cool to watch Victor's ascension to just go on to just be crazy and do otherworldly, legendary things that have never been done before. And I mean, the reality is, anyone that wants to be in this guy's conversation, you better not lose a finals, because that's the first thing that you're going to get by way of rebuttal. 6-0. And I think that's a fair statement. That's the thing that made him the GOAT, man. He refused to lose. He just refused. And that's, as I said, that's something good there. That could be, it's our second All-Star out of the box. By way of reminder, you're about one in, oh, here we go. Damn, man, we are on a Jordan run today again. Look at this. Look at this. Award winner. NBA MVP and NBA Finals MVP. Culmination 91-92 campaign. Jordan collected his third NBA MVP award. Don't think that number 3 wasn't significant. This award meant more to me than the other two in 98 and 91. He said. Jordan topped that by helping the Bulls to their second straight NBA title while capturing the NBA Finals MVP for the second consecutive season. So that's the thing. 6-0. 6 Finals MVPs. You know? So that's what I'm saying. Anyone that wants to hold themselves or to be, you know, held in GOAT conversation, they're going to have to pull off something spectacular, both in terms of championships, but also not like LeBron with more losses than wins. That guy, you know, he'll have his fanboys that say, yeah, he's got more stats and everything than Jordan, but Jordan played, what, I think it was 13 seasons? Was it 13 seasons? I'm pretty sure it was 13 seasons. With 6-0 in the finals. Now, as I was saying with this one before, this is the insert in this series is the All-Star cards. And there are 24 All-Star cards to choose, well, not to choose from, but to try to collect. 24 All-Star cards, 1 in 9 packs. So about 4 per box. So you got a 1 in 24 chance, first of all, of hitting Jordan. And then a, 1 in 9 chance of even getting this for... So, no, I'll say that another way. 1 in 9, first of all, of actually getting one, and then 1 in 24 of hitting Jordan. Come on. Nope. David Robinson. Would have lost my tiny mind. But we've been having a big Spurs chat, so, makes sense. Damn, not Jordan. So yeah, that's what I'm saying. If so we're down to 3 packs left. For Victor, who has been unapologetic in saying he wants to have a legendary career and he wants the MVPs and he wants it all. For him to be held in GOAT conversation, I mean, he needs to perform well in the finals and not just once. So we shall see. Let's go back to Flair Ultra. But yeah, thoroughly enjoyed it today. Inspired me to open up some packs because of how much I enjoyed that game. And yeah, man, I was I don't have a team per se. Like, it's not like in the 90s where I was, Bulls die hard, like pretty much everyone. So I didn't even have like a horse in the race so much today, like, where it was my team. But I was still fully invested and, really riding the emotion, even though I wasn't, neither of them were my teams per se. And I don't know if, who my team will be. I don't have one. I mean, I guess it was the Warriors when Steph was on a tear, because I kind of had a bit of time away from basketball there for a while because I just couldn't stand LeBron back in the day because of his arrogance. But Steph, I sort of ducked out of basketball for a few years, to be honest. Not really following it much at all, apart from maybe, seeing who won the championship. But I just happened to be watching, I think I've told this story before, I happened to be watching one day and Warriors were on, and I just watched this guy, this skinny little guard, just raining in threes like it was nothing, like crazy. I'd never seen anything like it. And that was Steph Curry. And that got me fully back into it. So that was about 2015. Just because watching him was just jaw-dropping stuff, and I'd not been mesmerised like that since watching Jordan. So it was Steph that got me back in, and I still think Steph's amazing, but unfortunately, yeah, he's just gotten old, like happens to us all. Still the greatest shooter of all time, but his record might even be broken, in the next generation as well, because Con Knippel's doing crazy stuff already. So I mean, if he maintains, Steph's record could be broken within one generation. Who knows? But it's been awesome watching him, that's for sure. But yeah, I don't think I think it's pretty obvious. Another Charles there. I think the Warriors are done now. You look at how good Spurs and OKC are, and I mean, obviously Luka's crazy good. Wolves always do well. Still got Jokic in Denver. I can't see the Warriors getting past the first round of the playoffs again, if they get that far. But as I said, Father Time takes us all out. One day you're a kid, 13 years old, going to the newsagent to buy a pack of Upper Deck. next minute, you're not close to 50, talking about when you were 13 years old, going to the newsagent to buy a pack of Upper Deck, but you're still opening Upper Deck, same packs. God bless the junk wax era, huh? They're not worth anything for the most part, but I'm pretty happy about that, because that means I can still open them in 2026, which is crazy. Now we're going to end on a dud. Stockton. Another Stockton. Well, I think it's fitting, folks. I think it is fitting and appropriate that that is how we end. Arms raised. Celebration. The man, Michael Jordan, again. Look at that. How many packs did we do? I think it was 12 packs. Yeah, it was 12 packs. 12 packs. 5 Jordans and a nice Admiral All-Star card. Well, not my usual discussion points, I suppose, but, you know, just wanted to talk about the game today, and I suppose the old and the new. Hope you enjoyed it. Pretty happy with this haul. I'll catch you on the next one.